Hey guys, it's Abhinav and welcome to my channel. A little bit about myself. So I'm Abhinav. I came to Canada almost 2 years ago, 1.5, 2 years ago as a student and started working for a company here in Toronto, that is in GTA. And I started this channel just to help my fellow immigrants who are planning to come to Canada or who are already here in Canada and would like some advice or who would use whatever I've done in the past and maybe that could help them. So in this video I'm going to talk about living expenses here in Canada. Also, I am living in the GTA, so whatever I say would only be applicable to GTA as I'm not quite sure about other places how things are different. Starting from the highest, that is rent. So rent in GTA depends. It depends how do you live, whom do you live with, do you live with friends, do you share, or you live alone. So on an average the rent is around $300 if you share with your friends. So let's say two people are living in a room, the rent of the room is around $650 and you pay half of it, that is $300. The next thing that we have after living expense is travel. So traveling in the GTA, if you're using TTC, that is Toronto's public, I'll put a full form here, that is public transport here in Toronto, it is around $150 for adult, around $125 for students, and once you take it you just need to tap your card anywhere on a station and it's free. The third important thing that we have as an expense is groceries. So groceries would depend on the person. Let's say they're eating veg, let's say they're eating non-veg, or depends. So groceries is roughly around 35 to 45 bucks a week. So that comes to around $180 to $200 a month. So that is an average that almost everyone spends here. It can be a little bit lower to $150 a month to a little bit higher, that is $250. But it totally depends on the person how much are they willing to spend on groceries. I personally spend around $200 to $250 a month because I mostly cook at home and prefer to make all my meals. One of the next expenses that we have here is going out and eating out mostly. So on an average a meal would be around $10 to $12 depending on the restaurant, depending on the location you're visiting. Let's say you spend $10 a meal, so it comes to 15 meals in a month, which is not less. Sometimes you go out and you spend more and sometimes you don't go out generally. So I'm keeping an average of $150 a month, which should be okay for everyone who's living on a budget. One more expense that everyone has that not a lot of people talk about is subscriptions. So be it your Amazon Prime, be it your Netflix, be it your gym, or be it anything else. So I factor in subscriptions as well because they are a part of your budget and they're roughly around 50 bucks. So what I do is that I split my streaming accounts with my friends and I have my gym membership. So it's roughly around $50 to $70 on an average. One of the next things that I'm going to talk about is other expenses. Anything that you want to buy, anything that you need. So buying clothes to buying shoes to buying anything that you need or you want could be captured into this section. So $150 a month is an average because let's say you're going out and you need to buy a pair of shoes. A decent pair of shoes would cost you around $60 to $70, but you don't buy shoes every month. Same thing goes for clothes. You don't buy clothes every month. You can buy a t-shirt for $10 or you can buy a t-shirt for $500. Totally depends on you. But on an average, I'd say $150 a month is a good budget. So I'll put a total of everything that we talked about here on the screen. If you add up everything, it comes to around almost $1,000, $1,000 to $1,100. That is an average if you don't want to go out a lot and eat at home, save money and spend only when you need to. So $1,000 a month living in the GTA would get you a decent lifestyle, not a exorbitant lifestyle, but you can survive in $1,000 a month. The average salary here in the GTA is around $14. So even if you're living on minimum wage, you can survive with $1,000 a month on your spending. If you want to spend, you can live alone and spend more money every month, buy expensive clothes, go out, eat a lot with your friends. But if you're living on a budget, $1,000 would be okay for you. Also, one more thing. So the living expense that I was talking about was not in Toronto downtown, but because Toronto downtown is one of the most expensive areas here in Canada. If you're living in somewhere around the area like Scarborough, Mississauga, Markham, in those areas, you should be okay with spending $300 to $350 in a shared apartment. So if you're getting a room for $300, $350, you just have to buy a mattress, take your clothes, and you should be good to go. So this number would change drastically if you're living in downtown, you're partying every day with your friends, going out, eating out. So be mindful of what you want to do and how do you want to save money and how do you want to survive. What I do to save my money is that I don't go out every week or every day. I try to cook at home and save extra money that I could and use that to buy something else that I need in the future. For example, I spend $200 to $50 a month on groceries. I make 3 to 4 meals a day, cook it in advance so that I can have it whenever I want. And same thing for other things. So if you want to buy something, I save for a couple of weeks or a couple of months if I need to, and then go out and just buy it. So if you have a job that only pays minimum wage, you can still survive without any issues. It's totally doable. A lot of people do it, so please don't be scared. And if you're planning to move to Canada or you recently moved to Canada, please follow my channel and I'll be sharing few more tips in the future. Please like and subscribe. Talk to you in the next one.